They call me the Whisperer. I collect stories, disturbing ones. It was the second night in the old house when the first child disappeared. The Reynolds family, Robert, Sarah, Max, Ellie, and baby Liam, had moved into the ancient colonial home in search of a fresh start. But fresh starts don't grow on graveyards. They rot there. The morning after the first cold autumn storm, Robert found the front door wide open. No signs of a break-in, no forced locks, no footprints except tiny, muddy ones leading from Liam's crib to the front yard and stopping abruptly on the grass. The baby was gone, and the house was just waking up. Robert Reynolds, a construction foreman, had gotten the deal of a lifetime, a sprawling, creaking house just on the outskirts of Shady Grove, Massachusetts. Sarah, his wife, was hesitant, but the charm of the hand-carved staircases and dusty chandeliers won her over. Max, 13 and rebellious, immediately hated it. Ellie, 9 years old and wide-eyed, thought it was a castle. Liam, still a baby, babbled happily at the shifting shadows. The previous owner had left in a hurry, leaving behind old furniture and faded photographs too stubborn to peel off the walls. In the back, there was a sprawling, overgrown garden and an ancient crumbling statue with a plaque so weathered the words were illegible. On the first night, as they lay in their new beds, they could hear it, a faint whispering from under the floorboards. Sarah assured the children it was just the house settling. But some things don't settle. They stir. The night Liam vanished, Sarah had heard him giggling from the baby monitor. It was 3:33 a.m. When she glanced at the screen, the nursery appeared empty. No crib, no toys, no Liam. Just darkness swirling like smoke. Rushing upstairs, they found the window open wide despite the frigid air, the mobile above the crib spinning counterclockwise, but no broken latch, no broken glass, no footprints in the fresh dust, only a faint scent of lilies, sweet and rotting. Robert searched the entire property, the garden, the shed, the tree line, nothing. They called the police. They searched for days. The town whispered about the house, about the ground it was built on, and about those who were never meant to leave it. The house changed after Liam vanished. At first, it was subtle. Clocks ticking backward, mirrors showing reflections that weren't quite right, and cold drafts that smelled of dirt and old flowers. But within days, the phenomena turned malevolent. Ellie, the middle child, began sleepwalking. Every night she be found standing at the edge of the basement, murmuring to someone only she could see. Her drawings filled with shadowy figures and headstones, and she claimed, "Liam's not gone. He lives with them now, underground." Robert and Sarah descended into desperation. Sarah started recording everything, setting up cameras, whispering prayers. But each morning, footage from midnight to 3:33 a.m. was mysteriously erased. Then it happened again. One morning, Ellie was simply gone. No broken windows, no unlocked doors, just a muddy trail of footprints leading to the fireplace and vanishing into soot. Max was the last child left, and he began counting down in chalk on his wall. 2 days. 1 day. 0 inches. When asked why, he replied, "They told me. My turn is next." On the final night, the house woke fully. Robert and Sarah found Max standing in the garden at midnight, barefoot, the cold not touching him. He was murmuring to the crumbling statue, and something was answering back in whispers only he seemed to hear. The ground beneath him cracked open like a wound. Dozens of skeletal hands, small and fragile, reached up, clutching his ankles. Max screamed, thrashing, but the hands pulled him downward as if the earth itself was hungry. Robert rushed forward, grabbing Max's arms, pulling with all his might. For a moment it seemed like Max could be saved, but another hand, larger, dark, and rotted, emerged from the soil, grabbing Robert by the wrist. And then Max was gone, swallowed whole. The ground closed as if nothing had ever disturbed it. Only silence remained. In the empty house, Sarah sat alone. Robert wandered the garden endlessly, calling out for his children with a voice that grew weaker each night. The clocks were forever stuck at 3:33 a.m. The old statue stood taller now, almost proud, its face no longer weathered, but carved into a wicked grin. And sometimes, when the wind howled just right, laughter could be heard, small, sweet, and cruel, beneath the earth. Some homes are not built for the living. They are monuments for the dead, and they always, always want their numbers to grow.